He was up. He was up.
Yeah. Oh, he needs it. Dan, Andrew, give him a piece of paper towel, please.
That's what I'm doing.
Thank you. Less attitude. Hi, guys. Sorry, we're late. We're late. We are late. I gotta get my glasses. My eyes are killing me.
Hello, hello. Happy Friday. It's Friday night. I got a beer. I got my Andrews in there. Grandpa's in there.
I'm gonna give him an ice cream.
My mom's been over today. Married almost 27 years. I think like I think we're July 13th is our anniversary. So 27 on July 13th. Hi Detra. How you doing from Kentucky? We were just talking about the Derby, Churchill Downs the other day. How you doing? South Carolina, Florida, Sweden.
Want some ice cream?
Ah, Sweden.
Want some ice cream? Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me get you a...
Did you enjoy that? Thank you on that. I put a poem up today, so I'm sure it's dying on the vine. But it's the poem today is I had the thing with my dad, so people were saying post a poem, so I posted it. So the 3 people that wanted it have watched it already. So now it's dying, but it's it was something that I wrote when Hannah was dating Justin in high school for a number of years, and when he went away, when they graduated, she went to junior college, and he went away to college. So I wrote that for them when he was leaving for college, and but now both graduated over a year, and they're still together. So, and they're going to be moving in together for the first time down in San Diego, where she's doing her master's in psychology, and he is interviewing right now different fire jobs. He's going to be a fireman, EMT fireman. How you doing in Athens? Jamaica, man. I love the sun. I love the, tropical weather.
Hi, Rita.
How you doing, Pensacola?
I know,
Speaking
when
of tropical.
Dan says Athens, I know it's Rita.
Rita,
Yeah, so he has 2...
May I inquire about
He has two interviews this month. So Hannah came home, and so I have a funny story.
Remember that song, Sonny Came Home? Hannah came home.
So I have a funny story.
Vengeance.
I told some of these people will know, but some people don't. So Hannah comes in this morning because she's training for a marathon, so she was running 12 miles today, and we had the Nuggets coming over.
She ran 12 miles today?
Yes, she ran 12 miles. Because they're doing Tim.
Wow. Hey, so, if you guys could tap the tap, it'll bring people in.
Can I finish my story? So Hannah comes in, she's all alarmed. She goes, Mom, there's a random cat in our house. Now, there's been a new cat on our property, so it's been scaring me a little bit, because I was like, who's this cat? Where's it coming from? So I was like, what? And so she goes, yeah. I was like, well, where is it? She goes, it's in the laundry room eating. So I walked in there, it was Blue Kitty. I was like, Hannah, it's fucking Blue Kitty. You know about Blue Kitty. She's like, what is wrong?
Blue Kitty. Tom, do you want me to start calling your wife? Because...
Thanks, Tom. I appreciate you. I love you. Dan's rude. We had a meeting today too, and he was also cutting me off, and I kind of got on him for that.
It was a
I was like,
meeting.
can I speak?
Well, I mean...
Let me speak. She was talking to me.
Right, but she's got a time. She only has so much time.
She was talking to me, and you were like you were speaking for me. I'm not 2. I'm fucking 50.
I just more succinct.
No. And that's what he said.
I take a 5-minute monologue into 20 seconds.
I called him out. I was like, bruh, she's talking to me. Can I speak?
You spoke.
And she laughed. And she did laugh. She was like, that's funny. And I said, I'm serious. She was like, love you, girl.
You were invited. I invited you to join that.
She invited me. She said, as a second thing, she said, I would love to also talk to Danielle. Talk to Danielle, not have you speak for Danielle.
You spoke more than me, so.
No, you took over everything.
I
And
just-
I just sat there and I was
Terrifying.
like, why am I here? Dan wanted me here, but yet he doesn't let me speak.
You spoke. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Did you know? Is there something else you wanted to say?
I'm just saying.
All right.
I am 50.
Did
I'm
you
not
wanna-
too.
No.
Did you want to tell her about the mess I left in the kitchen or something? I
No,
don't know
she
what you
sees
wanted to
it.
tell.
She watches it.
Okay.
She sees it. But all right, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take
Grandpa
it.
gets up when he's done and he wants to walk his own dish,
All right.
into
now
the-
we'll
into the
sit on
kitchen,
couch for a little bit.
which is wonderful, except that there's all sorts of mats down in the kitchen, so it's really, we have to stop him from going to the
Go
kitchen.
sit on the couch for a little bit and relax.
We'll see if he can relax. I don't think it's
Take your
possible.
cup with you because you might be thirsty. Just, there's a table right next to you if you want to put that there.
Thanks, Don.
Right on the couch.
He's a lovable guy.
That way.
He really is. Thanks, Dolores. I appreciate that.
Just water.
We also, have you seen the movie Dolores Claiborne? One of my favorite movies. Thanks for the finger heart.
It's a pet bed. Sit down.
I don't know no one does my eyebrows, but she has her eyebrow people. She's got
I
her
feel like
eyebrow.
he's gonna get up.
What?
About he's
Gonna get up. It's
He's
just gonna
he's
happen.
poised like he's
Right,
not.
he's gonna get up.
Yeah,
It's gonna
he's
happen.
poised like he's not.
He's
gonna-
in that way. So, what time is it here? It is 5:45.
5:46.
It's not as hot as it was yesterday, but it was probably 100 today, I'm guessing.
Mm-mm.
Maybe a little below that. Maybe a little below that.
Why so much tuna fish for Ed? Because he likes it.
He likes it. When we go to Togo's, you know, he would eat 2 sandwiches in his life, and one was egg salad, and the other was tuna. Maybe sometimes he
likes
might
egg
get
salad, too.
up a strong. Well, he loved egg salad, but they stopped serving it. So typically, if we go and I ask him what he wants, it's going to be one of those 2.
No, AC doesn't get replaced till next week. The end of next week.
Beth, it's not easy. Congratulations on 42 years. That's amazing. I mean, it's almost like you've been doing it for 42 years. You're working with people with dementia right up to the point where,
Jesus.
what? I mean, you just like move over in the bed. I'm climbing in with you. You know, that's kind of how I feel. And when we're done here, it's my turn next. I was talking to my buddy.
Cammy, I make him egg salad sandwiches at least once a week. I make it. Dan's always like, "Did you make him egg salad?" Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He likes egg salad.
Plus, you did hospice. Ugh, I can't do that. I have a cousin because there was so much cancer in our family on my mom's side that she is a hospice nurse. So she went into hospice because of that. Edie.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She went into hospice.
It does give you bad
it's-
parts.
You know,
100%.
hospice, if you're to do that, or to be an oncologist or an oncological nurse, I mean, the only problem with that is that, you know, I could, it'd be tough for me because what happens in most of those cases, or many of those cases, let's hope certainly not most,
I swam
they
that
die.
nuggets today.
And that's tough. My mom lives in a place, you know, she lives independently, and she's like, I don't want to make any more friends here because what
Everybody
happens
dies
is I
off.
make friends, you learn about them, and then they die. It's really,
There was she says every day there's an ambulance there. And I think that becomes a little bit intimidating.
I was talking to her today about moving in here, and she's doing all right. We had her here for a couple hours today just to get her out, you know, so that she doesn't feel lonely. But I think she does enjoy her independence. Nobody in my family's in hospice now. Ethiopian, Jay, I think that's when you
Not yet one day in.
have a
It's in the works. Judy says
you know, like
Forrest
a
Gump is
6
on
months
TV.
prognosis. I think that's when you're.
Judy says Forrest Gump is on TV.
Oh, I love Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run.
By the way, that's why she said that. oh, BC.
Oh gosh, BC, I'm glad you're recovering. So congratulations on that.
Oh, Claudia.
And I know those treatments aren't fun, and
Dan looks
you know,
sad. Somebody said XOXO says you look sad. Are you sad?
I'm not sad right this second. I was sad looking at a video, just exactly what we're talking about. I watched Lisa. What's her name? Her last name?
Yeah, Frederico.
Okay, been watching that channel, and for a long time. I mean, not like religiously, but I'm keeping up, and I enjoy Lisa and her mother. I think her mother was just a character, just really feisty and great. But and it was a struggle to deal with her. But watching her now, it really hit me hard this morning. Hit me damn hard, because I see what's happening.
Oh,
And these conversations with my mom about people dying, and looking at my own parents, and my friend who's coming up to have lunch with his mom, who's in a place for her birthday, Scott, flying up from San Diego to San Jose, and we were talking about, I don't know what we're going to have parents in a couple of years, and that really is it's a tough. Yeah, Lisa.
Nurses in general are heroes, you guys.
I watch Chris and Mary. Another
Chris
one that I like.
Chris and Mary are my favorite.
Because Mary is
the only one I follow.
They are so real. It's just you can't help but enjoy it.
Claudia, I'm excited about Vegas. Teachers are heroes too. Yes.
Teachers are heroes. I have a shirt that says that, and I put it on my dad because he has
two teachers
in care. Thank you for sharing the live. A quick follow would be appreciated. A quick poem view would be appreciated.
I wasn't inside. when Joanne was here because the Nuggets were here. It was a very chaotic day, but I always try to tell Joanne when I get a chance, and he knows that she's welcome. I would love to take care of her. I think she's a blessing, and I think it would be my pleasure to do it.
She's afraid of imposing.
She hates to impose.
And that's, it's just a mindset that people are indoctrinated with, because in our society, we don't publicly show off our relatives that are either physically struggling or mentally struggling. We just keep it hidden.
I'm gonna call you Shade or Shade. I'm just gonna call you Shade.
Something we're trying to.
That was amazing that you helped your grandparents.
Because there's nothing wrong with it.
I grew up with my grandparents. My grandparents were a big focal part in my life, focal point. So I totally get that. So
there's nothing shameful about having dementia or being sick. And it's something that should not be looked at like
102. Shit.
That is awesome, Philomena. That's a great story.
Would she and her dad? I don't think, in all honesty, I don't think Joanne would be here if Ed was here. I think it would have to. Unless it had to have happened, it has to happen.
He is getting easier to deal with for her though, because he's less. It's difficult, but he's becoming less difficult in that way.
Scott, I love you for that. I would totally take care of my family. I would totally do it. And if I had to take care of my grandkids, I would take them in a heartbeat.
Jesus, so I'm glad your sister-in-law takes care of her husband with squamous cell. It's just, these are all tough circumstances. They're all so hard. Life is just simply not fair.
Heather,
it just isn't.
My grandparents were the most pivotal people.
Jane, you are very lucky. That is awesome. I love talking to, people that are 100, whether they're centenarians, whatever the term is, that are there. There's a guy who's actually been on TV.
Les, do you need
He's a veteran.
Come on, I'll take care of you.
On TikTok, who I met at one of my DC trips, and he was there in World War II, D-Day, the whole thing, or he was in the Navy. Just an amazing person.
Lady Lux, I think if Joanne moved in here, I think she would really appreciate it. I would take good care of her. But she also is very worried about being a burden, and so it's very difficult.
We don't, like my sister who takes my mom in a lot, she still has a pretty active life. She runs out, she sees friends, she spends, she's just popping around wherever she goes. It's been her life. My life now, as I was explaining to my mom on the way home today, this is pretty much
this is our life now.
And I don't mind being a homebody.
I like it.
I don't mind it at all. I don't have any FOMO about what I'm missing, because I've been there and done it, and it ain't real.
And we have
it's all fucking fake.
She could have a big room. We have a theater room that we don't use.
We could
redo it and that could become her room.
Yeah. If it has to, it has to. So, but I'm prepared to go there. And that shows you, an idea of, is this rewarding? And it's rewarding.
I would too, in a heartbeat. He could not handle a woman. He wouldn't remember the woman. Remember, he has short-term memory
Yeah,
loss.
you can't. That's all fantasy. You know, let him do a puzzle or give him an activity to do. You got to realize. I don't. It's hard to understand unless you're living it. What it means when your memory resets every 5 minutes. So I tried to give an example of this. So let's say that he was going to write a letter.
Scalp ink, micropie. Hey Dan, let me give you your hairline back.
I appreciate that, but
obviously it's somebody who does hair transplants.
No, or draws them in. Yeah,
Hi.
thank you for that.
Hi, Eric.
You just took my train of thought. I didn't know what I was
No, but
saying.
that was funny. I had to
know,
point
I
that
forgot
out.
what I was saying.
Well,
So.
it's okay. It'll come back. Just a
No.
little brain fart.
No, it's gone.
You were in Elk Grove, Ben? Oh. No, Joanne does not have dementia.
No, she does not. In fact, I was doing I'm going to have something coming out in the Alzheimer's Association blog and their website and stuff, and I was reviewing like a summary that someone had written about me, and I was making the changes and sending it back, and they wanted pictures, and so I went and I took a picture with my dad, and I got some little pictures of my mom. I want me to take a picture with you. And the first, I don't have dementia. So I had to send the picture with me and my mom. By the way, my mom doesn't have Alzheimer's, but I have to remember to say it again.
Why do you go? He doesn't tell me to go to bed. So here's the thing: when Ed wakes up, from whatever slumber he's in,
No medications.
and I'm still up, he thinks this is his house, and so there's energy being used at that time. And so he's being the parent, like, you need to go to bed, it's late.
You need to unplug that,
unplug that.
turn that
so
light off.
My internet
What's that breeze I feel?
My internet wasn't working, and I noticed today he unplugged everything. Yeah.
Okay, resets, right. Thank you, love. Thanks for resetting. If he was starting out and writing a letter or something, mid-sentence, he might sneeze, and then all of a sudden he doesn't know what he's doing again. So it's not like you could sit him down and keep him occupied for 45 minutes. You'd have to spend every 5 minutes, you'd have to go back and restart it, re-upped him to where he is. And maybe he could go 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes if he's, if we're having a really good moment. But it's just not practical for him to do anything long term. I think the example I use, if you gave him a basket of towels to fold, so he might fold 2 towels and then go, what am I folding these for? Well, Dad, you wanted to help, so you agreed to fold this. I don't want to fold. And then, he might just change his mind right there. I don't want to fold these. That's what you're dealing with. It's really tough. He's not asleep. He's watching TV in there. He finished dinner. How you doing in Dubai?
He asks to help, but it's out of respect. He really doesn't.
Well, you can ask a legal question. Hopefully it's relevant to a lot of people.
If he wants to move things or do the manly things, then that's when he wants to.
That's what he wants to do.
But I've given him socks. He did them for a while, and then occasionally he's like, "Oh, I'm done." He doesn't. He can't. He's just being respectful to me.
How you doing in Kenya? In South Africa? I'm calm. So you can watch some of the early videos, right, from the beginning, and I wasn't at the beginning. Dealing with someone with dementia is a learning curve, right? You have to turn everything that you're used to in normal interactions on its head. You can't interact with somebody with dementia the same way you would interact with someone that doesn't have it, and the same, you can't accomplish your objective or get your message across the same way. Yeah, it's very different. And in my family, it used to be, we were outspoken. If you had a position, you argued it, and you convinced the other person on the strength of your arguments, and that's the way I grew up. Well, when you have dementia, you don't use rationale. You don't follow the rules of common sense. So there's no way to argue your way into success. You just have to go with them, figure out what they define as the answer, and just give them what they think is the answer. That's the only way to deal with it. That's Blue Kitty over there.
Kibbles.
Kibbles a bit.
Come on. we're personally letting people.
I mean, I
Kibbles and Bits
may have to
stop
sneak
letting
into
people.
Canada. I don't know.
Stop letting people into Canada. It's not helping us. Like we are the gatekeepers of Canada. I mean, come on.
I mean, are they coming like through Alaska?
Did
or are
they
coming
say
through the
Dan and Danielle Salinger are letting
lower-
us in? Or
or
we're
yeah.
here because Dan and Danielle Salinger say so? Come on.
Everybody, I would like to personally invite you into Canada. Just swarm the borders,
And just
request asylum,
just tell everybody
whatever
who's
it
saying
is. Tell them that you want to get into that medical system they have up there, and you want to get in and take advantage of all the great programs up in Canada.
Yeah.
I encourage everybody from everywhere in the world,
Go! Flood
Canada.
the system.
go to Canada, visit Canada. I think Vancouver's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, Kibbles and Bits. We're kidding too. But you know, Kibbles and Bits, one of my dogs used to eat those.
Kibbles and Bits is like a Kibbles is what I just got delivered for my cats. Blue, are you just...
Jack, are you in North Korea? You may have free health care, but do you have internet?
Oh, James. Yeah, I think
Randy, I think we're on the way to, I mean, it's really sad what's happened with TikTok with
everybody's
the
amazing
subscribers,
who
but
takes care of their
I think
family.
we have solved the problem on TikTok for Danielle. I think we've solved that problem. So, you know, she switched back and forth with whatever. She's got to figure out what she wants to do, but I think she solved that problem, hopefully.
I think today we finally solved my issue. So trolls, beware.
Promissory note, bills of exchange act, 1883.
Hi,
Interesting. I'm
Do
going to
you
Google
think
that.
the
if I
way you
remember.
interact with Ed and have taken him into your home has helped the slow progression of disease? Who knows?
Okay, so if my dad, like we believe, has vascular dementia, the way that you slow the progression is to slow or eliminate the future strokes. Because what vascular dementia is you know, a series of micro strokes in your brain that destroy certain areas of the brain. You lose whatever is destroyed. So if you can stop or eliminate the strokes, then you can certainly slow the progression of the disease. And so it's very important that he gets his heart medicine, because that's, you know, circulation is important. And and keeping stress low, I think helps. What hurts, the surgeries, any falls, you know, when we don't have patience and when we stress them out, which happens because we're freaking human, those are not good. But overall, I think we've done a good job slowing the progression by maintaining his medicine and keeping him stable and you know, protecting him from falls. So those are the most what you can do. And then it could all end tomorrow with one fall. I mean, that's the problem with this
Okay, I don't like to, I believe in putting that shit in it. I don't like talking about that because I feel like it's just a bad thing. You know, TikTok, we'll have to discuss my account later, you know, tomorrow morning's live, because I think I finally have help. So those of you who don't want to switch over to YouTube, we can still keep the subscription over there if you want. And those of you who stay on YouTube can stay there. I will do both. But I think I finally have hope, and I think I finally have an answer to my issues. So we can figure it out.
But I mean, what we can do is just right now maintain what you have right now is what I would suggest, and then you'll be able to pick which one you want to do.
Yeah.
The talk or the tube.
I finally
The talk or the tube.
I think TikTok is finally coming through. So
it's really good that they've reached out. I mean, you have to hand it. You know, there's a lot of criticism about you know, social media and the dangers of social media and TikTok. That what's happening to her is just overzealous in trying to protect the viewers on TikTok. And you know, when you have 1 billion creators, in order to you know, to view and look at the content and evaluate the content of 1 billion viewers, you'd need 10 million employees to do that. You know, it's just not practical. So I think now that they're finding certain creators and they're looking out for them, that's good for her. So she should start to, you know, not have to deal with so much of that. Just the, you know, a group of people that just want to go in and be malicious and report you for nudity or whatever it is that you're not doing.
So basically what is going on is, if those of you who really struggle with joining multiple or whatever, or switching from TikTok to when I have my subscriber lives, we have an answer finally for TikTok. So I can keep those subscriber lives for those of you who don't want to.
And we're not going to have to worry about the continuous the ridiculous takedowns.
No,
So,
because we have help now.
yeah, right, which is wonderful. So that's good. And are we Mormon? We are not Mormon, Hobbit, but I know a lot of Mormons.
He is part Vulcan.
I am Vulcan.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. She could have said Klingon or Romulan, but she said Vulcan.
Yes,
She doesn't have any idea, but that's great. If you're going to be anybody on Star Trek, you want to be a freaking Vulcan, right? I mean, those guys have, their brains they're like superior, like data.
It's because I love you.
So I'm a Vulcan.
Yep.
You were bought by Mormons. I don't know what that means.
Because her name is bought by Mormons.
Oh.
By the way, she's coming to Vegas. So.
I have a lot of for whatever reason, I've just been close to Mormon people my whole life.
You said, why do you look like a Klingon?
Yeah,
Rocky was here with the kids, and Josh FaceTime because he loves seeing the kids here. Josh really enjoys.
And he had the angle of the camera
that
like
the
super
kids
close
are
to his
here,
face or
and
something.
Rocky takes the time to bring the kids here because she's off work for a little bit and visit with the dad and the family and all that stuff. So he wanted to see them. And so Deanna was like, what the fuck, Josh? What's wrong with your face? You look part Klingon. and I don't know
I
if you
didn't say
realize.
part, I said full Klingon.
Full Klingon. And Wesley thought that was the funniest thing.
I didn't see Wes laugh, but that's good.
Wes did. He said, that's funny.
good. There's nothing like, giving
It was
shit
a great
to
day. I'm telling you, he was in with his mom more, but we had a great day with it. Even Andrew was in the pool. We played volleyball. We are using the volleyball court more than we've ever had in the last 10 years.
I was going to make it a pickleball court.
You should.
The starting signs vary, Jay Dalton, but I'll just tell you that look for something that's totally out of character. Things that are just the opposite of what the person if they're doing things that are inconsistent totally with their character and the behavior they've shown for their whole life, that's a pretty good indication.
AA said, what are the things in people your father never forgets? Me.
That's funny. My mom was saying today, he never forgets me. So she said, he'll never forget me.
And you know what was really funny before we went outside?
True.
It's true, but Joanne and me, I think we're the two women in his life that he doesn't forget. Yeah. But it was so funny because we were eating together and Joanne was eating at one end of the table, Ed was eating at the other end of the table, and we were all just, and Hannah was standing behind Joanne, and she was like, look at his eyes, he's still in love with you. And Joanne went, phooey. Oh, Hannah. And she laughed. But
I asked my mom, I'm all, what would be the funniest freaking thing if you could do it, if you could pull it off. Because, I really respect my mom. She comes over and she deals with him, and she divorced that guy 45 years ago. But sometimes she's the only resource that can help and calm him down and make him feel comfortable. And she does that for him. But I said to her mom, you guys remember the movie When Harry Met Sally, right? What's their names?
Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal.
Yes, Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal. Where the orgasm scene in the restaurant, the whole thing. But they used to have these. So they would do a vignette of like a couple, like an old couple that had been married for 50 years. Yeah, I came out of the store and there she was on the curb. And I said, are you okay? And she said, yes, and we've been married 70 years. Those little interviews they did.
That's going to be us.
Well, what I was saying is we should do that, Mom, with you and Dad. A couple that didn't make it. So I could go, Mom, so what the hell happened? Well, and they could sit there and have the opposite, When Harry Met Sally story. That was my idea.
What about the half door? It's coming. It's in progression. It is being designed right now. Sorry, Trina. I miss Bren's.
By the way, congratulations to Brennan Newsom for making an academic.
I saw that.
Do you see it?
I saw that.
That was pretty cool. He's a guy who was a brother of a sister that my daughter played soccer with, a family we knew
and he played basketball
growing up, and he's like 9 feet tall.
9 feet.
And so
9.5 feet tall.
And his dad's like 7 feet tall.
You're welcome. Sorry, I didn't see my doggy.
William, I'm sorry, but I've never seen the man play sports, and I just assume I know why. He
He's
looks like he could
He
play.
can't dance either.
He can't dance. He's like, he's perfect.
the-
Looks like a physical
he says
specimen,
he's
a big human specimen,
He is
but
the,
with absolutely no coordination
no rhythm.
whatsoever.
No, and the wife not
No
so
rhythm
good.
at all. No coordination. So I was worried about Brent. He's super tall.
And he
So
made it.
he's playing. He made it, but then he's also kicking ass in the classroom.
And his
which is
sister,
really cool.
was a D1 soccer player.
She
was a
graduated
goalie.
from where?
Irvine.
Irvine, UC Irvine.
Yeah. And she has a great job. She takes her parents on trips.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She took her parents on a trip last year. Yeah.
I mean,
Europe or
I'm
somewhere.
not on Facebook much anymore, so I'm missing out
No,
on a
but,
lot of that.
Hey, Shauna, can you explain the half door? So I'll tell you, B. Malone, it's a quick thing somebody said to put right here behind us. You can see that big
And
opening.
that opening.
So
just to
over
keep 'em-
there is my room, Grandpa's room, and the bathroom. So somebody suggested, Richie Q, if you're here, said, why don't you put a barn door there at night and it keeps him, so he
that's
doesn't
what we're
wander.
doing. We're putting a door over
So
there.
we're not
to
doing a
keep-
barn door, but we're gonna do a half door. Yeah, and lock him in so he can't. So which means we'll be up more, but it keeps him safe.
Tucker Carlson.
He
Hate
is
comes
tall.
with any
Mike,
social
he's
media
literally 9 feet tall.
it comes with hate. I mean, take Mama Tot for example.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah, and I wonder what and in person the exact
Second
same.
candidate, I got that.
She
That's
got the same thing for whatever reason, and so it's nothing that you can control. It's just the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast.
Oh no.
When,
okay.
when wonderful, beautiful people like that, I mean, we're all over the board with our content,
Hold on,
and
we've
we're
got-
salacious and
We've got 2 important questions to ask, and I'm interrupting you for that because you keep going on.
too important.
But 2 important questions. 7 Camden will get to you, so Dan, remember this because I'm in perimenopause. If the challenge is to have a conversation with someone from the past or present, who would it be? Hold. And then Drugstore Cowgirl said, serious question, what would you guys do if you were personally diagnosed with early onset dementia? Because that's exactly what happened to me. I'm in my mid-40s. No hope.
Okay, we'll deal with an
Drugstore.
important one
Okay.
second. So what was the first one?
The
Is
first
that-
one was who
Who would you be?
7
Who would you have a conversation
I
with?
already know who I would talk to. So drugstore. So let's do the dementia thing first, since you have an early onset. That's
I mean,
hard.
I can
That's
tell
hard.
you, I would pick maybe Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin,
no, we're
or
just
George
talking
Washington.
about the Alzheimer's one first.
Oh no, that's the important one that needed the time. So
Okay, well,
I figured I would
7
answer
Camden,
that first.
it would be my mom and my grandparents and my dad. Carry on. So now
Oh,
back to
I mean, maybe that's a great idea. Maybe I want to talk to my great grandfather, who I don't
I want
know.
to talk to my mom first, my grandparents second, and my dad third.
So that
Okay.
either a distant lineal relative, like 5 generations up, or one of the founding fathers.
Do you want to attack this Wayne guy? Dan,
Dan.
you're great. Danielle, you need to work on yourself.
Wayne, I'm not great. That's all right. Everybody needs to work on themselves. in my
Okay,
opinion.
early
I have a lot
onset.
of work to do.
I think early onset is important because
Okay.
that's very
What would
challenging.
I do?
At
Was
40.
she the person who was diagnosed?
At 40, yes.
At 40.
What would you do?
I mean, early on, the first thing I would do, honestly, and this is not necessarily flowers and fucking good shit, I would start writing letters to the people that I loved and tell them how you feel. And tell them, I would write letters about your past. If you have memories, if you have experiences that you want to pass on, I would start writing those. Maybe I would just take out a tape recorder and start talking. If you don't like to write, then tell the stories.
I love that.
Talk to your loved ones, talk to your friends, talk to future people, talk to your doctors, exercise, eat healthy. I mean, there's no exact science to this, and there are treatments that are available today. Now, I mean, there are medicines that you can take. So,
Early
I would
onset,
also contact the Alzheimer's Association immediately. And by the way, please,
Right here.
if you can give to the Alzheimer's Association, please, there is a link on my page, and this is exactly why it's important to give. You may be saving your own life. Please, there is a link. Donate money to the Alzheimer's Association. The money goes directly to them through the link on my thing. They'll give you whatever shirts, whatever level you donate at, but we need to cure this disease for people like that have been diagnosed early. 40 is really down.
Rachel, that's a good one. Make sure all your medical decisions are written out.
That's another good thing,
Yeah.
Do you want to be on TikTok? Do you want to?
She said, I'm scared because I don't want to be, don't want to not be burdened to everyone who loves me. It's not unfair. Don't
Life
feel
is what it
guilty
is.
about it. And the people who step up will step up for you. So I think it's important just to go into it, do the best you can, put Post-it notes up, have reminders, have everything written out. I think the letters, while you have all your faculties, the video message, I love that. Maybe do video recordings of yourself.
Are you, and also, are you working? What are your, there's so much that goes into that. And 40 is so young.
I think he's
It is starting to happen.
Moneymaker, Giants need to be
It is
safe
starting
also.
to happen.
Moneymaker, he's so upset about the Giants. Let's not talk
And
about
also, maybe, there's Leanne Remick, who took care of her husband, who had early onset Alzheimer's. If you could look her up and contact her, early onset is a rare breed, and it's more debilitating and more god awful than having it at 92, right? Pop, what are you doing?
Dementia and Alzheimer's, who does a really good explanation of that is, what's her name? Be Like Care.
Are you hungry?
Just forgot her name. And she does that. She's like, dementia and Alzheimer's, it's all a subsidiary of each other. It's ultimately the same thing. It's just different variations of it.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
No, I know. You want to sit on the couch, Pop?
A little while now.
You're welcome, drugstore. It's scary. Oh, it's gotta be scary. When I walk into a room and I forget what I do, I'm like, oh no. Like, that has to be so scary when you know you're going through it and you have no freaking idea how to handle it. But I think video vlogs are important.
All right, Pop.
Do you have kids? Do you have a husband? Those are all those great things to do and to have them. He's talking to you. Something about,
Pop. Pop.
hi Jason Moody.
No, you got a million shirts. Come on over here. I don't want you to get sick eating shirts, but I'll get you.
Manjaro and
I'll get you
Ozempic?
something, all
Really?
right?
Okay, good.
Take a seat.
Oh, is it here?
Yep, sit right there. I'll get
Jeff,
you some-
my music is different than Dan's. I like the poppy stuff. I love Kid Leroy, Post Malone. I love all the poppy stuff. 80s music.
Dad, you want a yogurt?
In his early 80s.
Pop.
He had
You want a
dementia.
kind of a flavored yogurt? You want a dessert yogurt? It's yogurt with chocolate chips. Would you like that?
No, I got something very simple.
All right. What do you want that's simple?
Dan, I gave him ice cream and I gave him, is he still hungry?
Well, he thinks he's hungry, so I just need to give him something.
I gave him that half a peanut butter sandwich.
He didn't eat it?
No, he ate it. So you want to cut a little piece of that sandwich?
I don't know where to go. That sandwich?
Yeah.
I don't think he wants a big meal.
No, I said cut it.
Here, I'll get him this right here.
Somebody said it for his dementia test and passed it.
Hang on, Pop, I'm getting you a
Okay, bam. I love the letter I do too. It almost made me cry. Why is he so messy in the kitchen? Good question. Lavender Fields, because he's ADHD and he just doesn't think about those things. Oh, dar. Hello from San Diego. I think it's good you take all the turns. We take, yes, I think it's not so 50-50, but it's okay.
The thing with a recent
Oh my
diagnosis,
God, Bam Bam, I love that. Those are
and
cute.
also certainly get a second opinion and get some some additional people on your side. But your goal is to try and just slow the progression as long as you can, and hopefully there's going to be some new treatments that are coming up.
My Tennessee gal.
So that, those things are what I would do. It is a tragic thing. but you are not alone. That happens,
Jake, watch your step.
and progression's very different in each case. So I hope that helps somewhat.
We're back together already? No, we're really not. This is just business. Hi from sunny Australia. From
Whoever's saying my wife's pretty, you can say that's all right.
My Mel has Lewy body dementia. I'm sorry, Jill.
Those are all god awful.
So
Parkinson's,
Sambo was
god-awful.
saying that Ozempic and Mounjaro are also being used now in studies with Alzheimer's.
I mean, I've been heard so much about a connection with Alzheimer's and diabetes. I haven't seen anything medically, but it is. I mean, it's just that's why I'm just pleased if you can afford to give anything to the Alzheimer's Association.
I get it.
There is a link on my TikTok that you can donate directly to the association. This is their biggest month, their biggest fundraising month, the longest day. And it's the end of this month, and that is, please help, people that like the viewers on this channel that are just beginning this journey or that may end up on this journey in 5 or 10 years. We are so close, guys. We've made more progress in the last 5 years than in the last 50 years. Please help out and let's get a cure to this damn thing. And the money also helps, like, this person may need help at some point in the future. She may need resources to deal with a disease that she didn't want any more than someone would want cancer or and it hits. We should look out for our fellow human beings and don't forget, you could be saving yourself. And alls. Tyler, exactly.
Paulette wants to know if you feel guilty for having me take care of it. I don't know what that means.
If I'm really like, slacking or something, it's not guilty, but like yesterday I had to work pretty much the whole day. So I was in the office in the morning, I was in court all afternoon, I came back and I didn't feel guilty, but I felt more, like I had to go calm my dad down. He gets upset if I'm just gone. So it's a teamwork, right? We do team. She's leaving tomorrow. I mean, it's not like I don't do my share of taking care of him when he's alone. So I do it, she does it. It's a team effort. I don't really get angry, jealous, or guilty.
We balance each other out. I mean, we have a harder time doing things together as a couple because one of us has to be home with Ed. We can't take him around with us. So, he respects my need to
Taking care of
go.
his son is the same thing.
He respects my need to go see the Nuggets. Like tomorrow's a soccer game, and so Hannah and I are going.
Don't pick your nose.
I'm playing with my.
She has a nose ring in there.
And it's getting
Little
changed
lace.
out. So anyhow, so he respects my need for my family interactions and stuff like that, and in our kids and going to do pedicures on Sunday with the girls and all that stuff, and so we balance each other out in that way. Oh, yep, you cry. every
Mark
day.
is the one that bails us
normal.
out. We don't put that on the kids.
It's
It's
normal.
tough for the kids. My dad's not going to respond to the kids like he does to adults. He's not going to, if they
He
tell him
doesn't
go
listen
sit
to
down, he's going to tell them to go
He
mind their own business.
He doesn't listen to them.
Yeah, I mean,
He barely listens to me sometimes in the middle of the night when he wakes up.
It's
He's
tough.
like, "Why are you up? Go to bed."
And sometimes he's tough on Danielle. Rarely, but sometimes. And so Mark comes over and spells us, which is wonderful. Stacy, yeah, I mean, what's the point? Why put something sexual on unless you are sexual, right? I mean, just pisses me off personally. It's my own personal thing. Nobody else has to worry about it, but it pisses me off. I see it and I go, damn, that's sexy. No, I'm not talking about you. She thinks everything's about her. Lisa, is this your the longest day? They sent a bunch of swag so I can wear it during this month. This is the month when Alzheimer's really tries to push and get it. So those donations are greatly appreciated. I will know if I get a notice for everybody that donates, and it is greatly appreciated. It's probably the most important thing we do on here in the end. If you look at long-term we're raising awareness, great, but in the end, if we can raise money, help raise money and get a cure, that's the end game, guys.
Show the side. It says.
I look like the president. Holy shit.
You look like Joe?
Do I not look like Joe? Alzheimer's sent me these Joe glasses. Wow. No politics, guys. It's not a political statement. They're just glasses. But my God, holy shit. I mean, and that's not good, guys. I'm 56 and Joe's like old. So I'm damn. I mean, I'm going, how do I look that freaking old? I don't get it. But I am a spontaneous seven Camden. I don't like to plan things. Planning is not my way. I go on vacation, just give me I'll even show up somewhere without a hotel. Whatever happens, happens. That's me. And it pisses people off because I'm just like, oh, we're going to Santa Cruz. We got no room. We'll find one. If we have to sleep on the beach, we'll sleep on the beach.
I can't do that.
Stacy, I had a heart attack at 51.
Oh, thanks, Rudy.
So if you're
That's
2 weeks out of a heart attack, that's a good sign. I'll tell you what I did. I started walking. Swift or Cyrus?
First of all, Ann, why are you so negative? That's rude.
I kind of like Miley.
I like Mom.
I mean, I like her attitude. I like, Taylor's Taylor, and
I think
they're
I
just too damn
I would
big.
choose Cyrus over.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor's real, but how can you be so real when you were like, I mean, she's like literally a goddess, right? She has that status. There's a few people in the world that have it, and she's one of them. Madonna had it in her day, but Miley, I like her raspy voice, and her just,
I'm going in on Sunday.
Miley would
for
go,
my
you could take Miley camping and shit. I don't know if Taylor would be a good camper. And they're both incredibly charitable and good people. I'm not saying anything negative, but I'm just picking.
Well, because
it's
I'm
about
more.
Isn't it the journey or the mountain or whatever, the climb?
The climb.
The climb.
It's the climb.
It's
people.
about the climb. It's all about the climb.
Because I grew up, my kids watched Hannah Montana, and so I know I have more of a history with Cyrus than I do Swift. I've never been.
And she sings a great Madonna
and she's
cover.
Yes, Carla. The Jolene version is my favorite Miley Cyrus. Jolene. That's my favorite Miley Cyrus cover is Jolene.
Lil Mary, I'm so glad to hear that. And those are the comments that make our day and make us continue. Comments like that, just somebody that gets something out of this that we don't even know we're giving off. So that is wonderful.
Seven Camden with the good questions tonight. Hi, Cue Ball. What have you learned the most that you want to pass on that is important you want people to know? Cue Ball, we were just talking about you.
I can tell you that the most important thing with dementia is planning. Like that lady that had early onset, just diagnosed, she's doing the right thing. She's exploring what to do. Just letting, like when my dad's first started to show symptoms, we just thought, we just hope, either he's going to die or, he's not going to get that bad or, it's just not going to get there. We're never going to be there. He's not going to ever forget me. You don't think those things are going to happen, but they do. So planning is really important. And that's, from everything from doctors to, another thing,
and we never planned.
The person that asked about early onset, and I don't know your situation, but hopefully there's one person that you're close to that can keep track of all your doctors and make lists. You need to keep lists of all your doctors as well. Somebody's going to have to step in maybe at some point
and your
take
finances over. And all that
let
stuff.
Let everybody know, let somebody know, or keep a record that's easy to follow.
Extra sugar. Did you tell? I tell Ed he has dementia almost every day.
I don't use the word dementia,
I
just
do.
personally.
I do.
Because, my dad is a doctor. He understands medical terms. I use the term memory loss. You got some memory loss.
Yeah, but dementia sometimes hits a little bit better.
Well, I don't want to hit.
Mazdishan, he still is an attorney. He still practices, but very rare. Yeah. I lost my youngest son Dustin. haven't had a decent night's sleep. I get it. On Memorial Day. I'm so sorry, Dustin. That's horrible.
I mean, I have nothing to say. I mean, I would go away if I lost one of my kids. I don't know if I could.
And Jay, when I look at him, I say memory loss, I say
Thanks for the
dementia.
shares.
Sometimes I use
Those
the
are
word
appreciated.
dementia in certain times when I feel it's necessary. And it doesn't change. He's not scared either way when I say it. Memory loss, dementia. Sometimes when I say dementia, he's like, yeah, I get that. I could see that type of a thing. So if it scared him, I would never say it, but it doesn't scare him.
We don't really know what's going on in his mind. That's another thing. You don't really know
Hecka.
what scares him. Sometimes, you can see a reaction or you can see it, but
Where you been, boo?
we just don't really know. So again, everybody's different with the way they deal with it. And when you're dealing with it in the moment, it's not like
Rudy, I'm
you
sorry.
can think,
It's hard.
it's not like you have a script to follow because every situation is different and you're just kind of stuck there. And half the time, I don't know where to go. When I'm on these videos and you hear me dealing with him,
Crystal.
I don't even know. I'm just looking at his eyes and trying to react the best way I can. And the video it was a really popular video when my dad was really upset, and you can kind of see the cameras like in on his face or back. It's not in kind of out of frame.
Stacey, thank you. People are classifying, telling them they have dementia with no heart. That's absolutely not the case. It doesn't mean you have a heart or not. It just means that everybody's different, so be respectful of that. And that sometimes it calls for specific explanations depending on what you're dealing with. It doesn't mean I don't have a heart, so don't classify it as that. That is completely just asinine. There you have it. Hi, Jeb. Do we ever feel guilty about being happy? Absolutely not.
I mean, I live for happy moments.
Absolutely not. Because, yeah, I mean, you guys have to, those of you who've had, you got to remember.
Please not keep running your hand in front of the thing
Sorry.
I'm trying to read.
It just, you have to realize that every situation is different, right? My relationship with Ed is different than your relationship with somebody else or whatever. It doesn't mean I'm a mean person because I'm more direct with him. It just means that sometimes Ed needs more directiveness in when I'm talking to him. It doesn't mean anything about my heart.
We covered it. She uses that word. I don't use it. That's just the bottom line. What made us decide to take him in? He fell, is what happened. He had a big bruise, and he couldn't describe how he hurt his arm. And that night was the night that he moved into Marks. That very night. Again, zero planning. We just did it.
Yeah, Rudy, sometimes you have to, I feel.
Haley has never been officially diagnosed for stage.
Yeah.
How you doing in Norway? I love the reach of
Josh
this
and Dan
app.
are so hot.
What?
Josh and Dan are so hot.
Right now he's watching TV.
Oh, we have a new Nordstrom's rack. Danielle has the best heart. Yes.
36.
Thank you,
Oh,
Richie.
56. Yeah.
I
mean,
agree.
56 is even that is really statistically young. There's just a couple of cases in the 40s, and we have one on here tonight. They're very rare. I hope Ed lives to 100. He would. That would be amazing to get him to a 100 birthday. It'd be amazing. Little Mary, let me just tell you something. You're 27 years old, okay? If this happened when my dad was 27 years old, there's no way
Thanks, David.
I would be visiting him once a week wherever he was. It's just reality. You can't beat yourself up. Do everything you can do. And if you can make changes to see him, the more you can see him, the better. But not everybody can do this. We couldn't have done this 10 years ago. Not a chance 15 years ago. Wouldn't even have thought about it 20 years ago when I was, in my early 30s. So 27, I get it. You don't have to feel guilty at 27. You have to accomplish your own, you have to live your own life before you can be a caretaker
You're
for
not
somebody
alone.
else. And I don't mean you have to have finished your life, but you have to at least be far enough into it that, you're bringing somebody into your established life. It is really hard at 27. And that's one thing I don't want to do with this channel is make anybody feel guilty or, because they have a parent that's in a facility. That's not the object of this channel. This is not something that is for everybody. My message is if you are in a position where you can do it, I highly recommend trying it. That's my position, not to make anybody feel guilty. Joe, it didn't bother me that he doesn't recognize exactly who I am because I know that he knows I'm, family.
He knows everybody in this house is family.
Yeah, he's comfortable. Now, there are moments like you saw one the other day when I don't think he did. That was when he realized very quickly, and I think that's why it was such a dramatic video, because he really thought maybe I'm in a home and that I was like an orderly or something. And the moment he realized he was with his family, even though I know he didn't know exactly or remember exactly what it was, he just completely calmed down, just knowing that he was in with his own family and not in a facility, and he was worried about his stuff and his property. And that was one of the clues that I had when he used the word property in the video. That means he didn't know he wouldn't have used that word if he was worried about stuff in his kid's house. But in a home or something, he was very worried about his property. Alzheimer's is just one form of dementia, Auntie. Dementia is a broad category that covers all of them. Lewy body, dementia from Parkinson's, traumatic brain injury, vascular dementia, Alzheimer's, all of those come under the umbrella of dementia. They're just more specific diagnosis, but dementia is the broad category where you have, advanced impaired cognitive functioning is dementia. I don't know what he's watching on TV. I think the news is on one of the cable news, CNN or Fox, one of those two channels. I believe What's Up Talk that you might be able to slow all of them to some extent by following, what the appropriate course and eating healthy, exercising. But I'm not a medical professional, so you really want to have good contact with medical professionals about that. They're up on the latest. They're reading the articles and the stuff that gets published. There's a lot happening in the world of Alzheimer's. He has not been formally diagnosed, River, but in conversations with his doctors, multiple doctors, including his heart surgeon, his GP, we believe it's vascular dementia. It's just not worth the process of getting him staged because it wouldn't provide any insight into treatment.
And he couldn't sit through
it would be debilitating for him to go through that questioning.
The testings are huge. It's not fair for him to do it.
Yeah, to put my dad through 2 hours of mental testing would be really tough.
It would be horrible.
And what would it accomplish?
Thanks, Debbie. Hi, Marcy. I'm good.
I do exercise. I haven't in the last 2 days because it's been so damn hot, but I've been working and it's been busy, but.
And it doesn't change the outcome. You're absolutely right, user. The outcome is still the outcome.
If you could change, what happens between now and the inevitable, again, sure, we would go through the process. If we could improve, it would improve his life in any way. If there was, if you're diagnosed with this, you take this, we would do it. But there's just zero that would change after going through the diagnosis.
Dan needs to be a man and do what he wants.
Thank you for the follow. It's appreciated very much. Is it Camden? Burgers and fries, not coffee and friends. I didn't start drinking coffee until college. Yeah, it affected our marriage, for sure. At first. It still affects it.
meatballs. It affects it. Like Dan said today, I have to shower. He's like, me too. Let's shower together. And Grandpa was like up for 45 minutes straight, and I was in that room just trying to redirect him back. You know what I mean? You can't. You have that time when you want. Yeah. You just can't. So there it is. My fake laugh. That's not fake. This is fake. The other one's not fake.
What's the best thing? I've never bought anything on TikTok or Amazon.
Mm.
Either. I get
have
calls,
7.
Saying, "Hey, thanks for your purchase." And I know they're scams because I've never bought anything on Amazon in my entire life.
I have. TikTok shop, I've not bought anything yet that I'm totally in love with. Amazon every day. I get an order that I love.
I get nothing.
Your house gets it. Not me, personally. It's your house.
My house has too much.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
It's too cramped in here.
All right. It's not the things. It's like to replace things.
Any caveats to a living trust regarding the home? Just make sure the home's in the trust. I've seen a lot of cases where people have this, they spend $3,000 or something on some big trust and a big binder, and then they come into my office, is this all right? And I realize that they haven't even put anything in the trust, so it's just a worthless binder of paper. Make sure you put your assets in the trust if you're going to have one. D baby, I'm up for burning it. Oh shit! Oh no, they took somebody else.
They took somebody else that said you need a new wife.
Oh.
So, be honest. Who do you love more, me or Dan? Richie? That's close. Cue ball, I love
You can't
you.
be honest with me here. Have I been to Connecticut? I don't know. I've been to like Vermont. I've been to New York. I've been to Boston.
Cue ball,
I don't know if I've ever been to Connecticut.
half,
I don't think so.
I'm not doing a barn door, but the half door is being designed right now. Thank you. I'll send you the bill.
Less is best, my doggy. I mean, what do you need crap for?
I have gotten rid of
all
shit.
you do is throw the crap out. It's just.
I haven't added anything to the house. I've replaced things that are broken. I'm 65. Yeah, I'm 65. I'm older than Dan.
The fucking back furniture wasn't broken. You just replaced it, or
No,
I don't
it
know
was
why.
18 years old.
I don't
And
care,
yes,
it could be 500 years old. It worked great.
Coda chewed it. It's disgusting, and I have put it off for 4 years, and I bought a new set.
Yeah.
That wasn't broken,
Okay.
but I put
I'm just
the
saying,
other
that's
set
my
up
opinion.
front.
I was totally unnecessary.
It's my opinion. Totally unnecessary.
I'll be dead, and you'll have to whatever's left
I'll
over.
be dead, then I hope you're saving for retirement.
Right. I'll be dead.
He's clueless to what it takes to run a household. But he loves his house, right? And it's because of everything and all the love and the effort that I put into it. She's too bossy with you. I'm too bossy.
Who the fuck is 65, Tina?
Me. I'm 65. Somebody asked me how old I was. I said I was 65. I'm older than you. I'm a cougar. Dan's the sphinx, the baby pup, the whatever. You're Swedish meatballs. Liar. The cub. You're the cub.
She's 49 for the people that are saying you look good
Oh,
for your age.
thank you. I'm 49. High five. Thank you, honey. I'm not 49.
That's right. She turned 50. I forgot.
I'm 50. The Swedish meatballs.
Lucky, that's my dad with the beard. Or you see, are you talking about my goatee? I posted a picture of my dad with a beard.
I look it. Thanks, Dwayne. How do you look? You want to come in a fucking box, Dwayne? Let's see who looks better. Let's go. Dan, how can you put up with her? Because I
I'm
do
sorry,
everything.
FSU.
I wipe his ass,
beard.
I clip his toenails, I trim his head, both, and I do everything about
Skateboarding
him.
at 50. She sounds like a woman. That's great. That is awesome. She's 50 years old, for real. She's 50. 50.
I do look, well, Lisa, I look like
Okay, my goatee. I've had this forever.
I look like a really good
I
cross
invented
between
the
my dad.
goatee.
Dan looks better with a goatee. Yeah, he looks good. When he shaves his face, I'm like, ah! Because we've always had it. Yeah, I love it. We've always had it.
I don't like my chin.
He looks like a baby. It's weird. Yes, I've done the old filter. Yeah. I take care of Dan. So he's not going to get rid of me. That's how he puts up with me. Because who else is he going to get to wipe his ass? I mean, come on, y'all. I literally trim his ass hairs. I trim everything that needs to be trimmed. I do everything for him. He ain't leaving me unless some other bitch is going to come in and do it.
You've never trimmed my hair. I mean, that's just anywhere, nothing even close to that. He's up. Pop, what you doing? What you doing?
Poor Dan.
That's
Poor Dan.
Daniel's hat. Strong
Poor
ass
Dan.
bitch.
What?
It says strong ass bitch.
I saw that.
That's
How is-
Danielle's.
I didn't tell me who it is.
She's a strong ass bitch.
I'm using him.
Could be.
Yes. How did you know?
Come on, Pop.
I've been
come on
using
in
him
here.
since I was a young
All right.
little
Well, you're doing
doe.
good right now. You'd be good to sit down the way you are right this second.
Wait a minute, I can't hear you.
Oh, you go to the bathroom. We'll see how you're doing when you get out.
I didn't know Daniel was out here anyway.
She's there. That's the strong ass bitch right there. Right over here, Pop. Watch out, you go.
Yeah, Dan's using me is more likely. The funny thing is when people say that I'm using Dan, for many years I supported my Dan. I was supporting my Dan while he went to law school, and I worked full time when we had no money and we were broke as fuck, and we had to steal things in order to like live, like bottled water and sodas and stuff like that, but not on purpose. It just, we would look forward to those moments. We'd walk around with it. Anyhow, so that's the truth, is that no, I had no potential, and no, I didn't know Ed would provide us this lifestyle later in life. No, so there's no way I'm using anybody. 6'3", 2 with a Dodger dog. What's a Dodger dog? What's a Dodger dog? Does anybody know what's a Dodger dog? Richie Q said. 6'3", 2. Well, Dan's 225 and he's 5'9", so. So better
I'm
be
56.
6'3" than 5'9".
She's 50. I'm 56.
John Sunday,
What are you talking about?
my piercing appointment. Bum bum bum. What will she pierce? That is the question. Oh, you mean your hot dog? That's a hot dog? Oh, not a real dog, you. You eat. Okay, I get it.
That's what a Dodger dog is. It's a hot dog at Dodger Stadium. That's a great answer, and that probably is the real answer.
That is Richie Q's.
I don't get piercings, Danielle, unless there's a big donation to Alzheimer's. I mean, for me to get a piercing would be a giant deal.
Who admitted feelings first? I think Dan. He was such a softie back in the day.
Are you really?
No, somebody asked me who admitted feelings first. What's that? What was that? Dan. I'm going with Dan. Yes, I'm.
Fool around and
Shit.
fall in love.
Richie
Is
Q
there a
says
song?
he's taller laying down.
That's funny. I gotta pee.
Galaxy Fighter, one of his double Swedish balls. I'm from California. I didn't know what a Dodger dog. Yes, because we don't like the Dodgers here in Sacramento. We like the Giants. Oh, Diane, thank you so much. That's way too sweet. Way too sweet. The Newlywed game. Oh my God. So there is a story. I think some of you may have been here for that, where when we, Lee, thank you for listening to our story. Yes, they call hot dogs. Yeah, so totally over my head. Sorry, Q-Ball. We're Giants fans here. So we did a rendition with Valentine's Day with our group of friends, which couples married, whatever. And we asked questions, and I failed at the most obvious question. Dan was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" It was like the winning point, and it said, "What is the one food your wife can't live without?" I'm sure you guys could probably answer that. What is the one food I can't live without? I talk about it all the time. What is one food I would take to my grave with me? Meatballs. No. Anyhow, so Dan was so annoyed that I couldn't get it. Yes, Kim, chips. 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 And so I don't know what I said, but I didn't say chips. And Dan was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you go to bed with chips in your fucking chest. I wake up to crumbs sticking in my side, and you make us lose this game because you can't remember that you can't live without chips." Talking about the Newlywed game that one year, and it was like the winning point, and you're like, "What was the one food your wife can't live without?" And I totally missed it, and it was chips. And you were pissed off at me. Chips. Some people knew that.
Who's Jamie Lynn? That name sounds familiar, does it not?
Jamie Lynn Spears.
That's it. Was she the one who sang on Saturday Night Live?
Jamie Lynn Spears is Britney Spears' sister.
I know.
She got pregnant at 16.
Did she sing on Saturday Night Live and then get like?
No, that was what's her face. That's not Jamie Lynn Spears.
Did I play basketball? I did. Yes. Basketball is it is my favorite sport to play. It's a lot of fun.
Basketball.
My favorite sport to
When's
play.
the last time you played?
Been a long time. Ashley Simpson. That's right.
Ashley, thank you.
Dwayne, a lawman. I was a lawyer, a criminal defense attorney. I was a prosecutor, so that's a lawman, I guess.
You are a lawman.
I'm a lawman. I was a prosecutor. Beginning. Oh, Jamie Lynn Siegler from The Sopranos. Another
Well,
one.
I was going to
Very
say
good.
Jamie Lynn Siegler, yeah.
Very good.
I knew they weren't talking about that.
My dad is on statins.
I love chips. Love it. I have a wart on my...
Who's 43? Jacob? Is that like Jamie Lynn Spears now? Umai, yes. Angie and Rich. That's one of our. That's our most.
Ange.
We go there more than any other restaurant because it's so close. I'm not following the Karen Reed case. Carrie, I'm 99% retired. Danielle's has been retired since.
Danielle hasn't
1980.
retired a fucking day in her life. Just FYI.
She stopped working outside the house in like 1765. A long time ago.
And when did you stop?
2020, I don't know. You're a judge in purgatory. Danielle was actually, she was manager of a daycare center.
I'm a manager. That's how I run my house. Same way.
Dwayne, I quit prosecution and became a defense attorney. We need them too.
Richie,
But I'm out.
I didn't
I'm out.
understand
I'm
what you
out of
said.
that
I
one.
have 2 daughters, 9 sons, 12 both honor roll students. Can you decipher
Hang
what
on,
you
Pop.
really mean to say?
I'm here, Pop.
Hi, Tootie. Women never retire.
All right, come here, I'll help you out.
Hi, Linda. It's going.
I saw that. Come here, I'll help you out, Pop. What? I'll help you out. Let's get you changed.
And for all of you trolls out there who say Danielle always puts him to bed early, notice he just said, "I'm going to bed now." It is 6:54 p.m. 6:54 p.m. We let Ed go to bed whenever he's ready. And this is the earliest he's been to bed in like 2 weeks. Well, not really 2 weeks, but 2 days. I wasn't a fan of the ketchup chips. Of course I tried them. I also tried the mustard chips. Didn't like those either. They tasted like horseradish. Can't do it. 80 degrees in Wyoming. Is that good? I have 2 kids, 9-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son. Thank you. That's much. else. Much better. I was so confused in your other gibberish. 9-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son, and they are, oh God, you haven't even started life yet with the kids. I mean, geez Louise. Like, that is a walk in the park. 9 and 12, walk in the park. Call me when you need help. Oh, shit. What's absolutely not? What did I say before that? Oh, the all dressed? Okay. So I'm just going to tell you something about the all dressed. That was the ladies. So my friend from Canada sent me the all dressed for my birthday. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh yeah, did I get that with you? The ketchup and the fucking, ugh. I don't have a cat. I know, we have 9. It's fine. Cats are for losers. Cue ball. I agree. I hate cats. I love them, but I hate them. Does that make sense? Yeah. I just have to tell you that the all dressed from Canada were amazing. I don't think I have them here, but from Canada they were amazeballs. The harder it gets. Yes. So Q, give me a call when you need help because you're in the easy phase of life. Deep River all dress is good too. I don't know what that means. My B-day was May 5th. Oh, thank you, Janet. Thank you, John. Tammy, you do? This is from...
Because it's hot. It's summertime. You don't need that many blankets.
What was this from?
I got 2 blankets right here.
Abercrombie, I think.
All right, Bob.
4 daughters. Oh, God. I couldn't handle 4 girls. 2 was enough. 2 was enough. Way more worries, yeah. You haven't even hit the driving phase. You haven't hit high school yet. You haven't hit the troubles that come with high school freshman year. Fuck. Now, the boys are less problematic during high school, in a way. But the girls, you try to keep the virtue intact. Cookie, Praz, body's a temple. Keep preaching about that.
I thought he might come sit for a while when he was going out, but he was ready.
He had a busy day.
He had a busy day. Yeah, my mom was over, the little kids were over. There was a lot going on, so, and I took him out in the morning.
You need kids. Yes, Jennifer actually came over on her lunch today. Did you see your daughter?
I did.
She came over because she knew the Nuggets were here and Hannah's home, and so she did. I was very impressed. She does things that surprise me once in a while. She made an attempt to come through and to visit on her lunch. So she came by, said hi, sat, giggled, and then left. Yeah, so I'm sure she hated to leave. We have 3, me and Dan. 3. Oh, Jen. Just, hey, Dustin, are you baking? Yeah, so I love it when she does that. And Sunday, me and Hannah and Jennifer are going to get pedicures. Where's Coco? Oh yeah, she's dead. Excuse me. She was running around all day with the pool and the water. She was stressed out, so she is dead. Oh, thanks, mistake. We have too many pets. 9 and 6. 9 and 6? God, you guys haven't even touched the tumultuous years. Shit.
No shit, Ted.
Nobody knows.
Caitlin has 30 points.
If you like real horror, I have a couple kids. Rich, you haven't even.
Wayne,
you haven't
you
even
got
hit it yet. I don't even want to hear your complaints. I would go back to those days when I didn't have to spend the money as much as I do now, and there's more
We
complications.
still have Blue Kitty. Yep, the cat is. Yeah, that cat follows us around everywhere. It's really, really needy. It's a really needy cat, and it doesn't like the other cats moving in either.
One wife, 4 chihuahuas and a cat. I love that. One wife, Joe, thank you.
Ted, that would be awesome
29.
if we got. I'd love to have a WNBA
Hi,
team
Shauna.
in Sacramento. That would be great.
No. God,
I can
that's
always
a
eat an
lot.
ice cream sandwich.
That is a lot.
I'll show you what I do have. If you want to see what I bought for dessert, I will show you.
Cats are easy, but they're a pain in the ass. Mine piss everywhere. Gotta have a sense of humor with your kids, and yes, everything else. Any chihuahuas for sale? I don't know. I'm not a chihuahua gal.
My dessert tonight is this little tiny, single serving.
You notice how he said that?
Single
Single serving.
serving.
That's not single servings. How many servings
It's
does
got
it say?
190 calories.
How
in
many
it right
servings does it say is in there?
there. Yeah, it's just,
2.
Yeah, two servings, fine.
2.5.
So, but that's my dessert.
I like it when they flush
Pretty
my kids
damn
down
good,
the
too.
toilet. Jesus. Your kids, you drop them off at the pool. Yeah, that was 2.5 servings in that Oreo cookie ice cream, the 1 serving, and he will eat it all. Yeah. Mhm. It's 1 serving for Dan too. I'm sure he has another one lurking somewhere or something else.
Nope, that's it. I'm really trying to cut down. I did put on, about 8 pounds, so I really am getting serious about it. I'm not gonna look at you.
How do you know you put on just 8?
Don't even look at me. I'm really getting serious about it.
Where did you come up with 8?
Yeah.
I just put on at least 8 pounds. The pig. The pig is, I wanted a pig, and one of my acquaintances at the time started breeding the pigs, and so it made it super easy, and that's where she came from. I like the groceries sing in the background. Oh, shit. Oh my god.
Oh, that's awesome.
Linda, that is crazy.
I would love to be able to teach a grandchild.
You
how to
don't
drive.
get rid of cat smell. You either
I
remove the
love
cat or you remove the shit that the cats have pissed on.
Joe,
Here's Joe, that's good. Cheers
That's
on
good.
that.
Cheers on that.
No, Dan did not do fecal or blood work yet. No.
But I'm not doing it. I've been really, okay, don't look at me. Just look at the camera. Quit looking at me.
9/11 Porsche for life. He doesn't even drive it.
I did drive it the other day. I know it's important. It's not a joke. It's just, believe me, I'm aware. But
No, Shauna, still.
Moneymaker, that's the difference. Now, you've just given yourself away. Moneymaker, that's it. You did it. It's taken 2 years, but you've given yourself away. You are a bandwagoner.
GSR.
You are on whatever bandwagon is flying high. I am loyal to my local teams. I am a Warrior fan and a Giant fan. Even when we lose 6 in a row, and even when we go into the damn Yankee game up 6-3 in the 9th inning and we lose, I'm still a Giant fan. Yes, now I figured Moneymaker out.
I think that is like the only thing Dan gets overly
I'm
excited
rooting for the
about
Celtics, Moneymaker.
is that. And by the way, don't think I didn't see your comment. Let me find you. Give me a minute. Tammy, this
There's
is
a
from,
better one over there.
I know, Mr. Cream Cheese, hold on. I would not look at her either, especially how she talks about you in the morning. Tammy, you know we're a team, right? We're married 27 years. He comes out and he has fun with me while I bash on him in a fun couple's humor. You know we're like a team. I'm sitting right next to him. So really what you're doing is disrespecting him, not really me. So have fun with that.
It is,
Mr.
social
Cream
media is
Cheese?
social media.
He went to bed. And he's doing great. He was just really tired. We had a huge...
And we give it to each other also.
Yes,
It's not one-sided.
it's both. So, he had a busy day. His grandchildren were over, mine and Josh's, and his ex-wife Joanne was here, and so he gets really tired. That's a lot of stimulation for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Raider. It's just banter. It's how we cope with our shit. You know, he gives it to me just as much. It's just he's drier. It was funny, that dry comment came up today when we were talking on a Zoom meeting today. And he said, I'm just a bit more dry. Exactly, no shit.
Well, she had to explain, people are, taking her down, right? So I had to explain why, she's definitely a lot more eccentric and a lot more outspoken and vulgar and those kind of things, but not in violation of, community guidelines.
If Dan didn't like anything that I did or we did or whatever, he would tell me and I would fix it.
There are things that I don't like, and I've told her, I don't want her talking about my siblings, and she has to learn because they hear whatever she says, and sometimes she just talks. And so I've said, you shouldn't really say things about my siblings online, and she's respected it. So I'm open game. I'm fine. You can go whatever you want. But don't. And I'm not talking about liberty. I mean, I'm talking about personal things. Like between her and my sibling. That's not. They're not here on. They don't have a voice. I can come on and say whatever. That's bullshit or something else. They're not. So that's why those areas I say stay away from that. But mostly, for me, I'm open game. I can always come out and defend myself if I hear it.
Oh, he listens.
I listen when I can. It's not like I get up every morning when you get up and turn it on and listen.
Oh, you do. I hear me.
Okay, well,
when I go on a pee, don't
okay.
lie. Just tell me.
You're suffering delusions of grandeur because I'm not watching you from start to finish.
Oh, you are. You love it.
Okay.
He loves being in the limelight, you guys.
How am I in the limelight watching you?
Because I always talk about you.
So I'm just hearing what you say, even though it's negative.
You love it. It's attention.
Okay,
Everybody likes.
And nobody actually the subject matter of it likes negative attention. It may be good for their career or what have you.
Stop being deflective.
Any
just
attention is good.
Just say, yes, my wife loves me because all she does is talk about me. Stop. Dan, stop. Stop with your pleasantries.
I want to stuff it where the sun don't shine.
Oh, he loves it. Don't let him fool you. Could you imagine if I didn't talk about him?
Is there that more where there's a cure for dementia? Did that come out today? My for diet, whatever she says, it's not that it's good, bad, or whatever. I'm just saying, she's quite open and she talks a lot, and it's fine to do that with me, but not so much with other people that aren't on here. And I'm not talking about anything like. I'm just talking about little tidbits that she, will throw out, like whatever, or a little commentary that she might make.
And sometimes I do. I make commentary. But everything I say, I'd be willing to address directly to those people. Whether it be Dan or
right, but
any
you don't want to necessarily address it publicly.
Why not?
It's different addressing something to them.
But it helps talk about.
Okay, I'm not going to listen. If you don't
we're
get it,
not going to do it. We're out.
I'm just saying.
Good night.
That's right. It's not room for argument. Like that's just courtesy. You want me to start bagging on your brothers and say things where they don't have anything to come back?
It's different.
That's different, huh?
Different.
All right.
Different.
I don't think it's different, but.
There's a huge difference. You're not taking care of my dad. I gotta pee. Let me go before he gets mad, because he'll get up and leave.
Yeah, so
I love
that is, I'm protective over my family. So that, and she's open, and she's used to being open with me, and it doesn't bother me when it's me. I laugh at half of it. I'm laughing when she's doing it, but that doesn't mean, even if she's joking about my siblings or saying something, who knows how they're interpreting it. Well, if she buffed, she's in good shape. I don't know if the Mavs have a chance. I mean, I don't ever rule out, Luka. He's pretty freaking good, but man, I think my own personal opinion, I think Minnesota and Boston, if they can keep their cores together, they're the future of the league. I mean, they're really good. I mean, Luka is pretty freaking good, but it's tough when you play a whole team. Oh, that's Donnie Cat. That's Donnie Cat. Hi, Donnie Cat.
Poor Donnie has been like the middle child.
Donnie. Donnie's cool. He's got his own. I love his personality. That's Donnie Cat. My dad's fine. I was hoping he would come on tonight.
Yeah, he was just too tired.
Before he brushed his teeth, I thought maybe.
Game over.
But he,
Me too.
He's not there. We just put him to bed, Brenda, about 15 minutes ago. We got 8
Don't
cats,
ask about how many cats.
2 dogs, and a pig. 8 wonderful cats, Melanie.
Ugh.
Thanks, Maggie, for the hat. In lieu of donations to us, though, I have to touch this. It is Alzheimer's Awareness Week. We just had somebody that was diagnosed early onset Alzheimer's in their 40s. If you can afford to do it, please, there's a link on my bio and TikTok, and you can, if you're on YouTube, email me, I'll get you the link. You can give directly to the Alzheimer's Association. We need to get to end this disease. I will travel around the country talking, giving speeches, whatever. I'm going to put a lot of effort, and if you can help, please help. And this is the month to do it. Right now is the time to do it. We're going to have some videos coming in the next couple of weeks where, I jump in the pool, she hoses me down, whatever it is to, create excitement about donating. But
Prince Albert.
If you can rule. By the way, you're not going to believe this.
What?
So, yesterday I went to court with somebody, right? And it was a friend of one of my kids. And so I took her to court, and she happens to work with another friend at a local golf course, and they were together.
Boyfriend.
And I'm sitting there driving with this, 20-year-old girl to deal with a court issue, and I start hearing, by the way, your live was hilarious last night. And she starts talking about a Prince Albert, and about piercings. She didn't say the word princess. She said piercings. You guys were talking about piercings, and I got so embarrassed. I just turned bright red because I knew what she was referring to, and I didn't have any idea that my kids' friends are sitting there on our lives watching when we talk about all this stuff that is, so that was an experience. Sorry about your mom's diagnosis,
The
Melissa.
CMU shirt is everything that you see that is colleges out of state is from followers.
The alumni send us shirts from other colleges, and we always try and showcase anything.
Tammy, what are you bitching about? I'm sorry. Do you want to come in a box and talk to me about it? I'd love to have a conversation.
Why do you bother with that?
Because it's fun.
It's not fun.
I'm a kitty cat. Hi from Germany. Hi AP. I haven't seen you in a while. Pepto. I had explosive diarrhea the other day too.
78, Amy. Remember, my dad was 78 when he began to show symptoms. So, it can be a very long progression. So,
Gooch. Nobody's getting a gooch.
And there are better treatments today than were available when it started with my dad. So, be in touch with his doctors. Learn all about all of his doctors learn about all the finances, learn about everything. You may need to help him out in the coming years. My dad is doing fine. Wisconsin.
He's sleeping. This is a wonderful time of the day. Everybody listen first.
I killed a giant moth.
Listen.
My wife's TikTok name is Mrs. D-Cell NorCal. It's my name with a Mrs. in front of it.
Listen.
You need a serious relationship. You're 22, male in Ghana. So if there's anybody near Ghana that this is the female persuasion. I assume that a female persuasion, 18 to 25. That's your guy right there. It was difficult, for sure, and it's still difficult.
Callum, I was in a magazine.
Roland, we just follow
overseas.
the doctor's advice. We get a million people that tell us what to do on TikTok. Your daughter just graduated from King Hall at UC Davis. Congratulations.
Wow, that's good.
That's a great school, by the way. But we follow doctor's advice. We don't take advice. I don't take it from the internet, buy it from anybody. I just deal with my dad's doctors, who are great doctors. So.
We can't find Blackberry Crown anywhere. It's like they're
Mail order
out.
bride?
They're out. Yeah, I was a mail order bride. Do you think the Warriors could have another run as currently constructed?
Oh man, I don't think so. I mean, the league is, they're not going to be able to beat Dallas. They're not going to be able to beat
Victoria
Boston,
Lee's
Minnesota.
0.
They just can't with their current configuration.
Dan
Now, what I want them
Grant.
to do is, let's go old versus young. Like if the Warriors picked up LeBron, or if Durant ever got his act together and went back to the Warriors, then I think you could have a run with the old guys against the young guys. But they have to do it next year. So either LeBron
James.
or Durant, you got to get your butt back to Golden State, and then maybe we could make a run for it. Wouldn't that be fun? And then you could watch the old versus the young, because it would end up Golden State versus all those teams. You know, Dallas and Boston. They probably hit Boston in the championship. That would be incredible. Durant, you hear this, Kevin? Anybody know Kevin Durant? Please tell him to get back to the Warriors as quickly as possible. Thanks,
Here we go
Cameron.
again.
What?
Here we go again.
What, with Durant?
Yeah.
No.
Who's the couch? Who's on the couch?
Have you had any argumentative phases with
who's-
that? Oh yeah, Rob and Bobby,
Who's
absolutely.
Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards is a basketball player.
He said he's the most overrated player. He said that a couple times.
You know, I've seen some lapses,
Hi,
but
Tammy.
I mean it's tough, you know, because like if I could, you know, a guy like Anthony Edwards is probably in the top, 25 people in the world, but he may not be in the caliber of the top 3, so it's really different.
Tammy, I helped you out.
Adios. Good on Joe Chewy. Woo, that's funny. That's not.
Adios, muchacha.
Judy, that's awesome. My
LeBron
oldest
James.
brother Dave graduated from
Hi,
UC
Brent.
Davis. A lot of my law school professors were at UC Davis. I think the time is right now to cure Alzheimer's, Amar. I think now is the time. I think we all need to pitch in and do our part, and hopefully the scientists will find a cure. Danielle, your skincare. Someone asked
I
me about
have
skincare.
I have to do it because it's my friend's family's line and I love it. But last time I tried to promote her cookies, I got blocked, so we're gonna wait on that for a minute. Yeah, Tammy went bye-bye.
Go Aggies. That's the Aggies or Davis.
I'm ready to eat.
All right, so you want to go eat?
Yeah, are you gonna stay on?
I'll go eat with you. I'm
I'm
starving.
starving.
All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. It is what? It's been about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So,
Love you guys, I'm starving. We started late, I apologize, but I am hungry. I'm hungry.
did Tammy ask about your skincare?
No, Tammy told me that she was Tammy, there was just an issue, so I let her go.
Oh,
I helped her.
someone wanted your answer. All right, well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out.
Love ya.
Appreciate it.
See you early tomorrow morning, you guys. I'll be on a little bit earlier because I have a
She's
game
leaving
to
me.
get to.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. So
Love you
I'll
guys.
see you guys next.
Sweetie,
Thanks
sweetie,
for the
night,
hat.
night.
We'll see you on Monday.